Hello friends, I hope you're doing well. So I'm sorry I haven't made a video in a while. Getting back to school, it's been kind of taxing and managing everything. Cuter to go to school, I'm just playing tricks with you. But yeah, I've got some stuff on my mind. But now I can make a video. And that is why Beerus from Dragon Ball would die trying to defend the Ancient. And this is the Ancient from Dota 2. Yeah, you heard me right. Why Beerus would be the first victim to fall. Let's begin with the Beerus introduction. Oh, Beerus, god of the destruction of Universe 7 from Dragon Ball Z. Ugly-ass cat mofo who brings destruction wherever he goes to balance the scale of the universe. Kicking ass, Goku, love it. Eating food all day, just hanging out with the shades, ugly-ass cat mofo. You guys know the deal. So I don't really need to introduce much more for the weebs. So I'll just get into his abilities and what he can bring to the table while trying to defend the Ancient against his opponent on the other side, which will be in the end Faceless Void, who we will get into. But first, let's go over some of Beerus's feats. So we all know that the gods of destruction are no joke, and that obviously Beerus is a huge part of them, probably the most powerful. And if two were to fight each other, multiple, it would probably mean the destruction of not just one, but multiple universes, like with Lewis saying this. And, building on top of that, Beerus just basically soloed multiple other gods of destruction with ease at several points. He has punches with Goku, he's had a fight boner with Goku over time, can possibly destroy the universe and reach the Kaioken realm. He can wipe out all the energy throughout the universe if he becomes really mad, big mad. And this is just 1% of my power. He loves to do that shit. So he can block punches casually from SSJB Vegeta, who's a complete jobber, so make that as you will. With just one hand, he just stands there. He can break through Moscow's grip quick enough to evade 3 gods of destruction charging him at once. And he just almost simultaneously. On another clash with Goku, since they just love each other so much and should just make out, it was stated to most likely destroy the universe again when they're fighting. So on another occasion, he constantly just dodges numerous blows from SSB E Vegeta easily to the point of just naturally tiring him out. He didn't even have to punch him back. This Vegeta is such a bitch boy. He just was lying there. What a loser. So he rocks Rumchi with a single punch. He's absolute fodder. Another god of destruction who's just a mouse mofo. He's basically nothing in comparison. He can clone himself in an instance, when fighting Goku. Goku states that Ariel's power will be useless against Beerus and that he'll be, in return if they fight, he'll just clown her. He one-shots SSB E Vegeta, basically with a flick, because he's a jobber. But that form should be impressive regardless, but he's still a jobber. Then of course, you go to Dragon Ball fanboys love to get wet over his Hakai, which can erase Zamasu for good in one of its main showings. And lastly, he's been stated he can nullify all energy when he fought Goku and absorbed it. He can cap sometimes though, but it's still impressive nonetheless. It's just stating he can nullify all energy is a little sus. But yeah, that's just a rough overview over Beerus. So yeah, can he defend the Ancient against Faceless Void? Let's find out. How strong is Faceless Void? So, who is Beerus going to fall to while defending the Ancient? Well, that would be Dark Terror, better known as Faceless Void, an entity hailing from the realm of Klajarim, a realm far from our conceptual viewing of time. As a worshipper of the god Klaz within the infinite halls of Klajarim, it is unknown onto why Faceless Void had decided to tear holes through various dimensions, inevitably crossing our mortal plane, most popularly theorized to be looking for Nemesis stones, abstract energies formed from the explosion of the primordial mind, shaping the main universe into existence as we know it. It is his mission to balance such powers to allow stability between the ever-shifting dimensions, a mission he continues to this day, as he sees a cosmic imbalance as Beerus tries to defend the Ancient. So let's see his abilities. So to begin, Faceless Void is able to instantaneously travel through whole dimensions, away and back casually, shown at the bottom through the lore. If unable to match or surpass his immeasurable speed, each moment fighting him feels like your own eternity. He casually hits with the force of a shifting dimension, rip your face. He's able to open rifts to Klajareem, whether like he's BFRing people, anyone in it, and sending their helpless souls there. He's able to even travel faster within the rift itself. So if he's ever defeated, which is very difficult, he instantly respawns again within Klajareem, set here. He can create his own dimensions via chronospheres, where all are trapped within regardless. So he can see the beginning, current, and end of all things. Time is perceived from an entirely different perspective, seeing all possible outcomes from the headwaters to reaches of the sea. In another case, he'll just like jump around and just play in the puddle of time itself, like a fucking weirdo. It's just that casual to him. And, you know, in like relation to that, he's just able to annihilate entire timelines. So like just through that scan alone, he's low multi. He should be. To begin with all of his gear, his time warping distortion can erase his opponents from existence with a single hit. So it's basically Hakai on crack. He can land thousands of blows in mere moments, each consuming their own eternity. Yeah, you heard me right. He bears equipment which isn't even fathomable to anyone outside of Klajareem, and barely there at that. Most likely only those of class level figures can perceive its power there, in the limitless halls. Not only does he know what occurs in the past, present, and future in each dimension, but he can travel there at will at any point of time, as the time doesn't flow in like a naturally linear way as it does like everyone else he sees around. And lastly, he can perceive any upcoming threat at hand. So yes, he is an absolute monster. Okay, so how would Beerus fall defending this Ancient? So Faceless Void is picked on the other side, let's say the dire side. And he comes up, it was a good fight. But now Faceless Void means business. How would he beat Beerus? Well, it's not too hard to really see. First of all, Faceless Void's speed is immensely above Beerus. It's basically just, massively faster than Light Plus for Beerus to basically immeasurable. Basically his time walk, which we talked about, just that dash, he's traveling through possibly several dimensions just through that time alone. And he can just like tear holes through time as he does so. And, you might ask, oh, his Hakai. Well, just one of his abilities alone, his time warping distortion, can erase opponents from existence with a hit. And with such a speed differential, there's obviously no way Beerus is going to stop this. Not only is Beerus lacking the also precog, which Faceless Void does, but if Void sees an L on this occasion, which I don't know how would be possible to be honest, he instantly respawns again in Klajareem, and would just rip another hole through time, and maybe in this case he would get pissed off and just destroy the entire timeline, and which would just get reset, since that's kind of how the Dotaverse works. You just destroy the Radiant and Dire, then it gets rebirthed into the primordial mind. But with that, guess who would fall? That is right, Beerus. So yes, I would just say Faceless Void definitely wins the speed game. I would say it may be a tie to favoring Void for AP. Hacks, I may give it to Beerus. You know, he's got nullification, he's got, like, you know, the breath, so you just, like, fucking blow all the energy away. He's got duplication, all that, so we'll give him that. He's got a better appetite. But, you know, durability, like, Void has been negged by far stronger things. And also Void can travel all throughout time itself to whatever point he wants with the Jewel of Aeons. So yeah, technically he could travel back over 200 million years, where, you know, who knows if Beerus was a fucking little kitty then, and just whack him in the face. But yeah, that is how Beerus would fall. I'm trying to defend the Ancient. I do plan to do more of these in the future. Maybe the next one will be how Goku would fall to the Ancient, or how Naruto would fall to the Ancient. Maybe how All Might will fall to the Ancient. Let me know in the description if you want one of those. Possibly your pick. Because they're bad boys for all that in Dota. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. A nice little quick sweet video. I'll try to make more as I go. It just might be a bit slower. But I hope you enjoyed. More down the line as I try to go. And yeah. Oh, shout out to Lumos for this idea, by the way. Sub to him. So yeah, peace out, everyone.